Welcome back to my 4-part video series helping you to demystify the publishing process. I hope you enjoyed video 1 and 2. If you haven't watched them yet, if you just clicked on through, I want you to go back and watch them. They're full of really important information to help you. In the first one, you learned the biggest lie that writers are told that I wish you didn't tell, and I hope that you helped get rid of that lie and understand that the world needs your story now more than ever. In video 2, you learned the 3 steps to help you make sure that your book feels published and polished when you put it out in the world, and why that matters, why that will help you find success in publishing. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the one thing you absolutely need to publish your book. But first, I'm going to tell you a little story. So I started writing when I was a little kid. I won my first writing award when I was 15, but I published my first book. I had it right here, but I published my first book, if you can see kind of up there, when I was probably like in 3rd grade. And I say my first book, it's like 3 or 4 pages of a story that was then like put in cardboard and wrapped in the paper that you put in the bottom, like you line drawers with. So that was my first book. And I still have it on my counter so I can look at it and remind myself that I've always had this dream of holding my book in my hands and getting published. The problem was I started on the publishing route at, maybe 15. I was trying to write a book and get it published, and I really went in for it when I was in my 20s, and I worked in publishing, and I wrote in publishing, and I had columns and blogs, and I built the following, and I did all the things, and yet I still didn't have a published book. I was so confused as to what I needed to do to get a publisher. I was trying all the things that the internet said. I read this thing, Googled this thing, went to this conference, did this thing. I put in a decade of my life, a full decade of my life. 10 years, folks, 10 years. And I got nowhere. And so finally, I decided to invest in a program. I worked on a program that helped me to get my book out into the world. And that program, in 6 months of working with a roadmap, with a path to publishing, on 6 months of working with a coach, I had an agent. I had a big-time agent too, not just any agent. I had Barack Obama's agent, people. I had made it. 6 months, 10 years, 6 months. So that is why I say that if you want to get your book published, the one thing you absolutely need is a roadmap and a group of people helping you along the way. Now, I happen to have a roadmap for you. I happen to have an amazing group of people that are here to help you along the way. I'm not just selling that roadmap though, and I'm going to get to that roadmap. I'm going to teach you all about that roadmap. You'll learn all about that roadmap next. But first, I want to convince you into finding your squad. I have a Facebook group, facebook.com/group/writersquad. If you want to join it, it is free. I have a squad because the thing that changed my life as a writer, that helped me to finish books, to actually finish what I started, to write more, to journal more, to get published more, to make more money as a writer, to sell more books, all of those things are only possible because I had a writer squad. I had fellow writers helping me along the journey. I had mentors. Like I am now a mentor to you. I had mentors like me that were decades along in learning that broke it down to me to save me that time. Listen to me, I do not want you to spend the next decade of your life trying to figure out how to get your book out into the world. I instead want you to find other writers and find mentors to help you to speed up that process, because I don't want to wait 10 years to put your book on my shelf, and I don't want you to have to wait 10 years to put your book on your shelf. So whether you decide to do my Path to Publishing course, which is my roadmap to publishing that I would love to share with you and mentor you through, whether you decide to join my writer squad to help find that group, and the Path to Publishing amazing support system of editors and writers that I'm going to give you access to and have help you along that journey, if you decide to do my program or not, I want you to promise yourself right now that you're going to do a program. They're going to find a roadmap somewhere out there to take you along, to learn from other people's mistakes, and a support group to help you along every way. Because here's the thing. When I went to go write my books and I got stuck, I gave up. When I went to go publish it and no agent wrote back, I gave up. But it wasn't until I had that program and that support group and that writing coach and those mentors out there that helped me to keep persevering that I found any traction. And in 6 months, I got farther than I had in 10 years. I want you to get farther in 6 months than I did in 10 years as well. I want you to not have to wait. I want you to go right now and find yourself a roadmap. I would love for that roadmap to be mine. I spent 20 years getting this information and I've put it all together in a way that's really easy and accessible and something that you can understand. And I have all of that in the next video for you so you can learn all about it from me. I would love to be your mentor and help you get your book out in the world. But if you decide to not go with me, I understand. As long as you go with someone, find a writing coach, find a mentor, find a group of people going through the process with you as well. Because that is the number one thing beyond everything else I've done that has guaranteed my success as a writer. That is why I'm able to make 6 figures plus. That is why I'm able to bring these programs to you. It's why I have 7 books written and multiple books published. It's why I got the big name agent. It's why I've had the success I've had, why I've worked with big name people like Siri Lindley's, Nick Santonastasso, and Tony Robbins. That is how I got to the point that I've gotten to, because I had mentors and programs that broke down each step for me and made it so I learned from their mistakes and I didn't have to make them myself. So it worked for me. I've seen many other people have these kind of programs work for them, and I know it'll work for you. So I would love for you to click to the next video and learn about my path to publishing process, to learn about the roadmap and the support group that I've created for you that I would love to bring you along, to learn about my mentoring. But whether you do my program or not, I want you to promise me right now and promise yourself right now that you are going to find a writing coach and find a support group, because that is the number one way to guarantee success as a writer. I hope I see you in the next video. I hope you go and watch. I hope you join my Path to Publishing program. But if not, above all, I want you to tell me what group you joined, because that matters and your story matters, and I cannot wait to read your book. So click on the video, watch the next thing, learn about Path to Publishing, learn about what roadmap you need for success, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.